I'm not opposed to having investment in the country, but still there's a limit to how much you develop your country or how much you promise out to your country.
We
Yeah,
are
I mean,
prostituting ourselves. The government is prostituting itself to get big money. But we have more we pockets. All right? And the government likes champagne. Might like champagne for them and their friends because again, you people down here like us and that champagne, we ain't even getting Bobby. Right now, you see, even the welfare department kicking people out of places, no champagne right for them more. I tell the papers today, they're not
mm,
looking
Yeah.
at us or those who need us, who need government. Government is supposed to protect, first of all, first and foremost, the vulnerable, the most vulnerable people. They're not doing that. They're looking out for the people who can buy a hotel. They're looking
Mm.
at technically from people who the government should be looking at housing for low income people rather than getting into all this pie in the sky nonsense because that is not their role. They invest people with money will come and invest. If you make it, mind you, if you make the terms attractive enough. Look, St. Lucia has bypassed Barbados by leaps and bounds because and because they have much better governance and planning. They took our concept of the bringing people from overseas and setting up companies here and that kind of stuff. And now they got more than we. And we started with Tom
Yeah.
Adams. What do you call it now, Mike? You know what you
Right.
call it.
Well, to be fair to the government, uh, this actually started under the last year period. The Canada offered Barbados what we call exempt surplus arrangement, where Canadian companies who are basically repatriated dividends or whatever tax free. So the Canadians then put Barbados under pressure because Barbados was being seen as a tax haven. And what they did was to extend the arrangement for other countries, and countries like St. Lucia has zero tax rate. So that's why the businesses actually migrated and took off, and we were not willing to
mm,
lower ours to zero. Mean it's almost zero by now, but at the time we were not willing to carry it to zero, so the businesses left in droves. I remember listening to the Canadian Parliament where the last finance minister, who was his name was Bill Marno, he was under significant pressure in the Parliament for having assets in Barbados, and he is involved in a company called Marno Chappelle. And if you read the NAS documents, Marno Chappelle has some type of contractual arrangement with the government of Barbados as it relates to the actuarial happenings of the NAS.
mm. Oh wow, the plot
So
thickens.
these are things that needed to be said. And he resigned. He resigned from being finance minister of Canada. But like I said, the pressure was on him because I watched the Canadian Parliament myself, and I read those NAS documents, and I am sure that I saw a company called Marno Chappelle having some type of connection to Bill Marno, who was the finance minister of Canada.
Mm. I tell you, I tell you, the plot thickens, and as
They,
you
they, they,
said,
they, they get worse.
as you said, Mr. Franklin, they're trying to pass this integrity legislation. I think that was in the Senate today, but we're gonna come up. We're gonna discuss that a bit. But describe what's happening on the screen here, Kimar. What is this? This is Jammuts Lane, and this is part of what they intend to sell as well.
Well, for a lot of it seems to be the old General Hospital. As you know, he would have contested for the city of Bridgetown. So there were some town halls around the city speaking about its development. Um, so, from my understanding, the government has planning. First, let me backtrack on this. We need to understand that we had what we call a chief town planner. We do not have a chief town planner anymore. That office was abolished, and the government passed a new Planning and Development Act 2019, and
Uh-huh.
town planning is now run by a board. It's no longer chief town planner,
Oh,
right?
okay, so that right, I read that today that that has changed. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So
And what's the
what?
significance of that? Is it? Do you think it's something that will allow them to operate, more efficiently,
No,
or is it? Well, what's the purpose of it? Why is it not being run by a board?
it doesn't operate more efficiently. What it does is to put political yard fouls in charge of the process, some of whom are involved in development, land development, and they're on the board. So they get their properties approved first, or sometimes not even only approved first, but approved when other people wouldn't get approved under the same circumstances. It The government has built a system of corruption around itself, and they try to clothe it with boards and stuff, but it is still corruption. You don't need any board to run town planning because most of the people in town planning are all professionals at the top. You take the responsibility from people who are trained and put it in the hands of people who are controlled by the politicians. What do you expect? Next time, you're not going to have a single place out here to grow a yam or cassava because they're going to root it up and put their raisins and thing on it. These people need to be stopped. You see the one that you're looking at now, the Germans there. That's where they're going to take it very savvy because that is all be part of the whole development. And you can have it with
Yeah.
what's his name? Mr. Kicks. So
Finch.
there's like a short term taking out, spoiling their investment plans. This government has to stop
Yeah.
this nonsense, man. They are supposed to look. They are supposed to come in, as I said to you, take care of the most vulnerable. They are not doing that. As a matter of fact, every time they take action, it hurts the most vulnerable. Starting from when they tax water, we have people in Barbados who water and sewage. Some of these people who don't have any toilets at all, far less sewage system, and they are paying sewage tax. They take the people. Look, I sit down and work out how much money I pay for this. It's 40 cents on the gasoline. After a year, I worked out and it says it was $960 as opposed to $400 that I was paying before. They are hurting the poor. You see, the Lord is taxing on the rich. They write off the monies owed by the rich, but they're going after poor people who got a little house spot and they're working. So this government, but you say what you're gonna say next. This
Yeah.
wanted. Or this, at
Yeah,
least this
I
is
won't
what
agree.
they want.
I won't agree with Caswell, especially with this savvy situation, because from my knowledge, my firm knowledge, and from what I can see on this screen, the government has it shading exactly where savvy is, which should be included in their plans or whatever to put a hotel where the old General Hospital is. That place that's
Okay.
always burning down miraculously.
So hold a minute. So help me. I don't know the place that well. So tell me, the place I shaded in. This is the place here, the green spot you're talking about. Where are you talking about?
That's
Between?
exactly where savvy is. The green spot seems as exactly where savvy on the base.
Okay, where my cursor is. Okay, and you're saying that the government has plans to develop that particular area where Savvy is, and to get
But
to, they call it the reinvestment, strategic reinvestment area, right?
yes, but the government actually gave itself planning permission for a six-story hotel development, and they said the hotel could be 750 rooms, or condos, units, a mid-high-rise building or whatever. And across from there within the site, it says that a local entrepreneur can participate in a residential bread and breakfast style accommodation or a learning for health or a health focused campus or so. So I am suspecting that the government wanted to use the old hospital building that Kinch took up and give it over to one of their investors to open some, as they said, some type of bread and breakfast accommodation or some type of health campus or whatever in that particular building.
Shamara, um,
Mm-hmm.
the people at Ross University had expressed an interest in this old hospital property to build their facilities there. I don't know where it is now. If they have um, continued with that, I also know that they wanted to take up part of the old Ministry of Health compound, which used to be Old General Hospital. Out there on Bay Street, it just used to be a ward. The rest of the hospital was over there where was the Ministry of Health. And part of that, Ross was interested in. So I don't know what is going on. I just know that these if things look and smell fishy, it's gonna be got some fish in there. I mean, trust me, they got some dead fish there.
Well, at some point in time, but somebody can want the building to go up, the high-rise hotel that the government let out the area for. And again, this is not speculation for us. We seeing hard facts here. A document
Correct.
published by the BTIA, a government institution, staffed and sealed by the CEO. And if we could be getting these sort of surprising facts coming out, but then the government coming out and talking things on the media, but they only talking out one side of the mouth, they're actually telling you the fullness of the story. You think by now that the government had not come out and say, well, really and truly, the land was already leased out or the land was already in arrangement with a much larger company or whatever. They don't want to say that because they don't want to tell Barbados that they sold from government headquarters straight down to Kensington over. They don't want to tell the population that.
Look,
Mm.
there is a video going around with the Attorney General talking about car park. You see the car park in this plan here? Gonna car park. That was the excuse.
Yeah.
That was the excuse. I'm not seeing this car park that the Attorney General was talking about. Yes, there can be parking facilities on, and if you go to a hotel, you got parking. Uh, But any business now you're supposed to have parking. But this, they're going to take the property from the kids for a car park for future generations. That is what the Attorney General was no, we are seeing something completely different from what he's saying. I don't like calling people liars, and I will not call him a liar. I will just say that the truth and what he said is at variance.
Hmm.
So hold a minute. This is funny. Wait 1 second, Kimar. But Caswell having mixed stitches tonight. Caswell said that the Attorney General said that they want to create a car park for future generations. And what do you think about what they said when you heard him on the video? Because I'm like wondering, so what's so special about this car park that it will be for future generations? Now, what we're looking at here on the screen is a plan for this huge hotel. This is a plan. Is this a plan? Am I reading this correctly, Kimar?
Yeah, well, from what you can see here,
Or
the large building that you're seeing is the planned hotel, which will be by the old hospital on the other side of the road.
mm,
The part where Savvy on the bay is seems to be included within what seems to be a corridor, which includes that side and the other side. So the side where Savvy on the bay is, they're saying that it is for enhanced beachfront amenities, and the building could be used to set up a beachfront campus, something health related, or a type of bed and breakfast kind of small arrangement that can happen from there. So the
mm-hmm.
hotel can have its larger hotel on one side, and then have a bed and breakfast right where the old award is encompassing the Larry Savies.
Okay, so right, so wow, here I'm reading. It said the first phase of a mixed-use campus opportunity and envisions an up to six-story hotel development anchoring the bay and Gemmont's Corner, with opportunity to expand along Gemmont's to a total of 750 hotel or condo units, supported by mid-rise buildings, hosting a range of hotel, residential, learning, That might wait, Caswell, is this what you're talking about, Ross Ross
Mhm.
University, health and wellness facilities. You see this thing? Why don't they just come out and tell the people the truth? It's
and,
right
and,
here.
and spoil their fun. If they tell the truth,
It's
people will go
right
up and tell you.
here. Listen, and look how, I mean, you know, we're not, you can't, well, you can't, we're not going to compare corruption, but this is the party that rode on a white horse into government and pointing the finger at so many persons and calling, you know, calling out corruption and all kinds of different things. And you really, it makes you wonder what is really happening here. So because here it's definitely, I think, it talks about learning and health focused campus. So that's really what they, why they want Savvy out of the picture.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, as Caswell says, spoil the fun. They just wanna come right out and say exactly. But I'm glad the public is seeing this for themselves. I am glad because they will be watching. So I am glad. Just don't lie anymore. Just come out and tell the truth and tell the people straight up what time it is. Knowing them, I suspect some more twisted mouth lies to come out. Um, because this is probably too good to be true for them. I remember sometime in the year, from the Stewart came out and said that there was a plan to sell government headquarters, and the so-called senior minister over planning and development came out and said that that was not true. I saw the same document that you have here. I clearly see in there government headquarters as one of the places to be sold for hotel development, and it's right in there. But he came
Which
into the media and
document?
said,
Tell me which page, because we wanted, you see how we're taking time and showing you the picture so you don't say we made it up, right? Don't say we made it up. So see if you could find the page. Is it in the large document? um is it the one in the large document? So we're gonna wait for him to find the page, and bear with us because we want to show it to you tonight, so that when the AG comes out
page
smiling,
12,
because he loves to smile. Page 12, right?
not
He loves
not
to
page
smile.
12. Come down to it seems where it says here strategic area F,
Okay, so and which page is that? Is that on the
almost to
in
the
the main
bottom, almost to the bottom.
of this same document here, or the one or the large one
Yes,
with the
this
prime
same
minister's
one. Like that. But if
this
this is the
one?
same
Okay,
one
let
I
me
am
let me
looking at,
look.
that you're looking at,
Okay, keep talking. I'm gonna find it.
right? Mr. Stewart said that the government, or there's a plan to give away the government headquarters for hotel development. That was denied by Mr. Duguid and said that there is no plan whatsoever. This document shows that there is a plan and it is right there in our eyes to see. And he said no. So I won't be a fool to believe his words over what I can see clearly here in a document, black and white.
So this
So
government seems to be saying to you, don't believe your eyes, believe what we are telling you. Your eyes are tricking you. Trust me,
yes,
don't trust your eyes. Trust, well, you know, and let me tell you, this government headquarters building. This is a property that should be preserved and kept for Barbados. You know, this is where our ministerial government was located. You know, when we first got ministerial government in Barbados, that is it. This was built. That was what they call it, government headquarters. The government was headquartered. It is like selling Congress or wherever in the Capitol Hill or some United States. This is something you don't sell. You preserve this, even if you have to even if you move government headquarters from there, that place should then become a place of interest where people tour. You don't tear it down. Where the National Trust don't go and put a thing up on that and say, well, you can't touch this building too. I don't understand it. This has more significance for the people of this country than a lot of the old dumps that they're telling people that are preserved. This is one that we should, that not for our national pride, but mind you, we don't got a national pride no more, man. That's the thing that bothers me. You know, our national pride is what the politics is. So there, you can take government headquarters too. That has too much historical and significance for the people of this country. You can't sell that. What are you gonna do?
Well, they're selling it.
Wow.
Selling it.
I'm
And they're
not
selling,
stopping till I find it.
they're also selling central purchasing on Spring Garden. You know, it's the place where the soldiers really stand up and crop over with the guns when you get to the end of the crop over check where opposite Kensington College shallow draft. That building right there is to be sold as well for hotel development and changing the shallow draft into a marina type development.
That should have national security implications. You got any old terrorist that come in there, go in the hotel and wreak havoc on our harbor. I don't want a hotel, there's no hotel development on there because somebody could sit down inside that hotel and do untold damage to this country from that point.
Listen, I'm even seeing here the Kensington Oval. Oh my goodness! Listen, tell me, do you have a picture of that page? Have you sent me the picture of that page, Kimar? Because I want to show the people about the government headquarters. Do you have a picture of it? A
I
screenshot?
think that's in the. But I saw that in the same document. The same one you had up before.
You saw it there. It's there. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep looking, okay, so that we can show them. I don't know why I'm not seeing it on here.
Right. It was at
I'm
the
seeing
end. It was at the end of that document, almost the last page.
okay.
Government headquarters. Right. Kensington Oval.
Right. So I'm seeing Kensington Oval. Guys, just bear with us. I see Kensington Oval, and it's right before Kensington Oval.
After Kensington Oval. Kensington Oval, then government headquarters.
Okay, I don't have that one. I see
Oh.
Trevor's Way. There is Trevor's Way, and then then there is Kensington Oval, and that's the last one. So just take a pic of that, please, and send it. Right. But I want to hear from Barbadians, and I know it might seem like we're a little slow, but I really wanted to show you that. Because I am reading it here. Right, it's all right here. Kensington Oval as well is on this document as an opportunity for investment.
Yeah. What I also saw in there too was the immigration building on Hink Street. If you know,
Yes.
there's government assets on the other side in the Ministry of Agriculture. What this thing is showing me is that both of those properties have received planning permission for hotels to be built right there.
Wow. Wow. So they're basically going to just be they want to the idea is to put as many hotels as possible along that in Bridgetown.
Yeah. If you listen to the Prime Minister speaking today, actually at the opening, the Sam Lars, she actually said that more hotels will be coming on stream in Barbados and specifically in Bridgetown very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Today itself, she said it.
Right. So Savvy, so the whole thing, and those people who are saying, well, Savvy is a white man and he's trying to take things away from us black people, that narrative. Listen, it's not holding up. It is that there's a scripture, Mr. Franklin. I don't know if you know it, between Jezebel and Ahab. When Ahab saw a field and he wanted the man's field, the man grew up his vineyard, and it looks really, really good. You know, it's in the Bible. And here Ahab goes to Jezebel and says to Jezebel, I want that field over there. They said, but it's a man's field, and he said he wants it. And Jezebel did all she could do and to make sure that Ahab got the man's field. Naboth. The name of the man was Naboth. You ever heard that story? Anybody? You ever heard that? But
Uh,
it's a case it's a case where you see something, somebody has something. Here Mr. Kinch has developed the land and created this beautiful establishment, right? And you know, and they don't have rats there anymore, and all kinds of homeless, all kinds of things happening there. So now they want it because they're now ready to do their hotel development and to pass it on to the investors that they
yeah.
But
want to. Is
But
that what's
remember,
happening?
he developed it for Barbadians. His concept was that he will be serving Barbadians there. The Barbadians were happy. You know, his neighbors cater to the tourists.
Mm-hmm.
And when Barbadians go to those facilities, land to the neighbors, they're not welcomed with open arms. He is creating one that is welcoming to Barbadians, and then the tourists feel like coming to come too. His concept makes a lot more sense because if we have another downturn and tourists ain't coming, and he got one open up for Barbadians, he can send money. But a lot of these people that had only tourist businesses where people cannot, the normal business can't go, they suffered. And they had to rely on government, give them money, then they keep the money for themselves and not get starved none. But that's another story. So Mr. Kinch will be taken out. The Barbadians element will be taken out because they don't want Barbadians on prime Barbados property. We don't want you on the beaches. We don't want you near the coast.
yeah,
If they can play the coast, they can give you some little trap somewhere down in St. James. You can go down there and bed, but they don't want you out there, Bronx Beach and all that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Eventually, we will lose them too.
well, yeah. I am foreseeing, cause it's brought to my understanding from some of the residents living in Nelson Street, Wellington Street, and the surrounding areas, that the government has been coming around, asking around because there's plans to compulsorily acquire their properties. The the towers, London born towers, my understanding is that they are seeing it as prime real estate as it's just across from the most pristine Bronx Beach. So those residents in the towers will most likely be moved out eventually, and that given over to a hotel development. And most of the and any of the dilapidated houses around the Nelson Street areas or wherever, those persons will be taken over, and those lands will be used for tourism purposes and taken over under the guise of prime real estate.
Let me show you something. This is nothing new. All right. You remember we had a depressed area in BRIDGETOWN called Church Village. You're too young for that, Gemar. But it is now the area houses the Central Bank of Barbados. Government moved out all of those people who lived in there rather than enhance their living facilities. They moved them out because some of them were poor, very poor. They were building in the yard. So you don't want nobody upstairs this right like I see some of my yard building. So rather than giving them people a bath, a shower out of the house, they move them out. So this is nothing new. It is how they behave all the time. Belgians are not supposed to have the best, not enhanced facilities. Ain't going to be Belgians. We Belgians, like somebody said there just now, we are supposed to be a nation of servers. And you relying on tips from the people who come down here. But this is our concept of development. Our concept of development is get tourists to come, take up our properties, get people to clean their house, clean their yards, clean every kind of stuff. And that's the level that you want by Belgians to aspire to. But this is, somebody said diabolical in the comment here. It is diabolical, yes. But Belgians have to open their eyes. I've almost said damn eyes, but can't say that for sure. And stop getting allowing people who come in there and talk about election time, how we care, and that kind of thing. Show us anything that they have done to demonstrate that care after elections. And they might do it again, you know. They might get the 26 again. But this whole thing about, you know, there's a saying people say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.